Okay, Matt, how are you?
All good over here. Busy. I just came from another AMA. What about you?
Yeah, I'm very well, and I'm ready to start the conversation. So, can you briefly tell me what Rivalz is and what it does?
At Rivalz, we are building centralized Intel layer for AIs. The idea is to support modular AI applications with a heavy emphasis on provenance and privacy. All this is built over the Defi network that we're currently running on Dimension and an Orbit chain as well. And the idea for the Defi network is to process data and store it in a way that is easy for AIs to consume. In simple terms, is huge database that is processed, augmented, and labeled in a way that AIs can consume easily for training and for making decisions. So yeah, all this data basically come from third-party applications that want to license their data. As long as it is consensual and compliant, we can store it and provide it to AI applications.
Let's talk about example. For example, I use Leonardo da Vinci. It helps me to create image. For example, I would like to create analog of Leonardo da Vinci. How can Rival help me in this case?
So if you want to create a similar app to this, the first thing you will need is to train the model, right? So you will be able to create the model, and at some point you need to train it in a way that it can provide you with the right results. So every AI application needs data, so it can kind of deduct or kind of guess the outcome of what you're asking them. So the more data they have, the more accurate the answer will be. In this case, you want a picture, that will be the answer. So they need a lot of pictures to train and understand that what we are going to ask them should have this sort of outcome. That makes sense?
Yeah, I understood. And for example, I just still don't understand who needs to bring pictures. You will give the pictures to my app, or I need to provide, for example, a lot of pictures to you to train my app.
So Rivalz, we have basically this database of pictures for the AI to tap in and consume and be trained, basically. So that's what we provide as Rivalz.
Now I start to understand what is going on. So because before it's so difficult to understand what are you guys doing. Yeah, it's so complicated. My second question was, are you competitors with Speed Network or Chainlink? In this case,
no. So basically, Chainlink is a huge database, like a huge oracle that normal applications can tap into and consume it. But AIs cannot consume this type of information. They need context and labeling, right, for consuming it, so they can consume it and get the right idea out of this data. That's the main difference between us and Chainlink. Chainlink, AIs cannot tap into Chainlink and get the information, but will be able to tap into us because we will be able to provide them the context and the labeling they need to operate. So in a sense, we can actually take information from Chainlink and process it, label it, and digest it in a way that's easy for AIs to consume and can actually consume it, right? So we say this a lot. We actually want to become a Chainlink for AIs. So we are not direct competitors. There is not the same field, basically.
I understood. And if you're talking about Chainlink, with what oracles do you work also? Do you work, for example, with Pit Network?
No, we don't have Pit Network as we speak. We will probably try to contact them. Basically, any kind of oracle or any kind of application that gathers data or has data in their platform can provide and can feed our Intel layer. As a matter of fact, we are talking with Chainlink to do this integration as well.
Okay, let's continue. When I interview Nim, I asked them about question how to realize that the guys are really experts in AI. And the answer was that you have to look closely at the team. So when I checked your website, I don't see any information about the team. So the first question, why it's not any info about the team on the website? And please tell me more about your team as much as possible, how experienced they are, and where can I see about their previous project? And the final question about it, do you have Lionel Messi in your team? I mean, i.e. Lionel Messi.
I know what you mean. So our team is actually doxed. We not long ago we released some information about us. We are going to update our documentation and feature us there, basically. But I can tell you we have a CEO that been working on the Web3 industry for a long time now. We actually came from a project for a questing platform that was really focused on gaming called dQuest. You can look for us. We are still live for that matter. We're still working on it, having a lot of activities there. And yeah, Igor is our CEO. He has a lot of background in especially data as well, because he used to work for a lot of Web2 companies related to data. He's a big fan of it and all the problematics that it carries on. We have our CTO, Kelvin. Kelvin has worked with a lot of crypto projects. He actually developed a very famous bridge that I don't think I can disclose right now, but probably many of you have used it as well. He is our CTO. We have Haynes been on the data world for quite a long time right now. I cannot remember right now the exact time, right? You will be able to check all this information later on. So monitor these and soon enough it will be available there. And so he's our data expert, right? And then we have our CMO, Adam. He's kind of a CMO role, Adam. He's been with a lot of marketing agencies in Web2. We have Ava. Ava is also in the marketing team. She been the CMO at Xiaomi in the Philippines. So she has a lot of experience in marketing as well. She's working with us. Then it's me, the chief business developer at Rivalz. Basically, I've been working in crypto for the last 4 years. dQuest was one of the places I worked before and still working on it. And I have a heavy background on sales. Have an idea. Basically, I closed around 1,500 deals for dQuest during 2022. So yeah, that's kind of my experience on that matter as well.
Okay, can you tell me more about the NIM? Do you know them and how closely do you work with them?
Yeah, we're actually going to have a call tomorrow with them. We know them. We are actually looking to collaborate together heavily on that space. So that's why we have a call tomorrow with them. So I cannot tell you right now specifically on what we're going to work with, but there are a lot of points of contact there to collaborate together.
Okay, the next question. What does Powered by Celestia built on Dimension mean? And why did you choose to build on Dimension?
You know modular blockchains, right? You have monolith blockchains like, for example, Ethereum that take care of the settlement part, take care of the transaction part, basically these three parts. Celestia only take care of the data part, only store the information from other blockchains and their blockchains. They don't have a settlement layer, right? So here is where Dimension comes in play. A Dimension is a settlement layer. Basically, Dimension execute the transactions, but store them on Celestia. So being a settlement layer allows us to build a rollup over them. And it will be kind of a monolithic chain, but within Dimension, because all we need from them is to settle our transactions. So we build on top of them. They settle the transaction and store them on Celestia. Basically, the blocks are stored on Celestia. That's why it's powered by Celestia and Dimension. We chose them because it makes sense in a matter of the tooling they provide and the support they provide us early on. They've been really supportive. They help us a lot on marketing. They help us a lot on building. They have a really active community as well. That's why we chose them.
You know, the competitors of Dimension is Initia. And for example, tomorrow they will do something better that Dimension does. And I'm thinking to switching to Initia.
We are not married to a chain. We actually want to become kind of chain agnostic. We want to be on every chain. But our DEPIN structures need to be, at least at first, on one chain. Then we are going to expand to other chains in the near future. But the idea is to be part of every chain. If it makes sense, traffic is good enough, we will probably implement in Initia and many others. As a matter of fact, we are speaking with Polygon, we're speaking with Arbitrum, we're speaking with many others.
Is it safe to use Rivalz, and do you have a special person or department who take care about security?
Yeah, we have a special department on that side. Basically, our CTO is the one handling that as well. On terms of security, Debank provides a good infrastructure on that side because it allows sharding of data, meaning that you can break the data in different pieces, right, and store it in different nodes, in different places. If a node get compromised, they won't be able to tap into any significant data. They will just get pieces of this. So it wouldn't make sense for them. They need to hack the whole node infrastructure. But even if they are able to do that, which is very unlikely, then you have encryption and blind computation tools or technologies. So on that side, we are, for example, implementing TEE and FHE, which allows you or allow AIs to get this information and process it without actually reading it. The information will still be encrypted when they use it, right? There is also a security measure there that even if an AI is malicious and want to tap into the information, won't be able to actually get the actual information. They will be able to train and to use it, but not to get it, if that makes sense. We also have a couple of partners that will help us on that side. Right now, I cannot remember the name of one of them that will help us really heavily on that side, but I can write you later with the name that, yeah, basically will help us build FHE protocols, basically.
So let's talk about Axelar and their role in your project. Why did you choose them?
Basically, what I told you before, we want to be cross-chain, we want to be everywhere. We don't want to limit ourselves to a single ecosystem. We want to become a beacon for any AI app operating in the Web3 and the Web2, why not, market. So Axelar will help us on that side. We are still talking integrations, technologies, and stuff like that, but they are the ones that will help us with that.
So let's talk about investors. How much money have you raised, and do you plan to raise more? And what is the token price in the seed round if this information not confidential?
Yeah, it's still confidential. It's not going to be confidential for a lot more time. A lot more. Basically, in the next 2-3 weeks, we are going to disclose our investors, the whole tokenomics, meaning price, TGE price, and etc. Right now, I cannot disclose this, but we raised around $8 million already. We are having a note sale happening sometime in August that will help us raise the rest of the money that we need for the project.
Let's imagine that I'm an investor, and what indicators do you think as investor should I look at when I think to invest in your company?
Basically, this doesn't limit to our company, right? So when you're looking to invest, the first thing you need to think of is not only narrative, like many do. Many just focus on the current narrative, what is hype, what is not. Of course, this helps a lot, especially in the short term. But if you're looking to invest in the long term, you need to think of scalability. You need to think if this is a market that will actually grow in the future or that has been growing a lot and kind of reaching its potential already. So when it comes to AI, this is the type of technology that will revolutionize the world. You can compare it in a way to when we developed basically internet. A lot of people having a lot of doubts about internet, how it works, what it does, how it will help. Look now, we cannot live without internet. And the same will happen with AI. AI is the future. Basically, we won't be able to live without AI in the next probably 10 or 15 years, if not less, if not way less, actually. And on this matter, AI needs a lot of data. Remember when maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, big data became a big thing between companies and how they were using it for profits, of course, and for better market placing. This is what we are working on. Basically, it's the evolution of that. So it's the main source for AIs to be able to work. Without data, AIs cannot work. Without data, AIs cannot understand what's going on, operate, and provide results. And when I talk about data for AIs, we are talking about huge, like really huge amount of data, billions and billions of tokens. Tokens are fragments of data. So having a company that will be able to become like a place to go to get this data is a huge thing. And that's what we are aiming for.
I bought some notes from Rivalz. When will be able to use them?
So I guess if you bought them from Eclipse. That was, there was another launchpad that also launches already. Basically, the C node will be available to run after TGE. TGE will happen soon enough after the node sale ends. So probably 2 weeks after the node sale, we will launch mainnet.
Okay, let's talk about tokenomics. Why did you allocate 7% to airdrop? Why not 10 or 15 or 20%? Don't you think it's too low for decentralization?
Well, basically, the airdrop is not only for decentralizing the token, right? So you have also a huge amount for the ecosystem, and those are decentralized tokens, basically. You get tokens by running nodes, C nodes, and client nodes. So that way you also get tokens as well, not only in airdrop. There is a separate part of the supply reserved for that as well. You will also have the ability to burn the node before TGE, and you get 50% of what you will get if you actually run the node for 2 years right away. That's another way users will be getting into the token. You have also percentage reserve for pools, liquidity pools. And on top of that, we need the token for AIs to transact. So the way it will work is basically if an AI needs to get data, they will need to buy the token and pay the data, pay us for the data with that token. And then that token get also distributed to the third-party applications that are actually providing this data as well. So we need a lot of tokens for the ecosystem itself. It also powers the dimension rollup, right? So it also powers our chain. It's also for gas fees as well. So it's not that a lot of tokens are reserved for private investors. It's actually the opposite way. A lot of tokens are reserved for ecosystem activities, basically, and node runners, and finally the airdrop.
Where can I buy your node right now, for example? Is it possible or not?
No, not right now. In the few next weeks, you will be able to buy one. Sorry, we are launching a special event with a partner. I cannot disclose that right now because we are going to announce it probably next week. But you will be able to buy a Z node in the next following weeks, and after that, it's our sale on our website. You will have time to buy it after the next 2 weeks.
Let's talk about advisors also. I would like to know how you choose advisors and how they, for example, they will get 5% of drop. How do you define advisors and what is their role?
That's also part of the marketing plan to release the advisors. At the same time, we're going to release the VCs and investors we have. But I can tell you a general overview. The idea for advisors is to actually provide value to the project in several ways. So we have advisors on the marketing side. We have advisors that are continuously monitoring the market sentiment, and not only the market, but the sentiment towards Rivalz. So we have room to actually change stuff so the community can be happy. We had advisors that help us on the tokenomics side. We had advisors that help us develop infrastructure and the whole kind of flow, the data flow mainly. So that's the main role of them. We also have a couple of advisors that help us on the BD side, especially connecting with some huge NFT communities. So that's the main role of the advisors we have. We will disclose their names shortly, basically in the next couple of weeks. As I said, it's part of our marketing plan, so you will see an announcement and you will see them on our documentation as well.
I would like to know more about investors and team. They get some tokens immediately, and I'm talking about EGE, and some as an example with 20 million cliff. And what does it mean, cliff? And 36 million linear team. Can they stake this token and get the staking rewards? Can they stake token and get staking rewards and sell the tokens immediately?
So the 3M is not, the 3M cliff is month. So it's a 3-month cliff, meaning that tokens will be locked for 3 months, and then you have 12-month linear vesting period, meaning that during 12 months, they will receive a share of their token, a portion of their token. So for 3 months, for example, if you go to Silvan, you have 3-month cliff and 24-month linear, meaning that for the first 3 months, they won't be getting any tokens. And then they will get in payments, 24 payments, so to speak, every month for 2 years, basically. Monthly payments for 2 years. And so that's what it means when it comes to cliff. We have different unlocking schedules. We have 3 months, we have 12 months, we have 6 months, and then vesting periods as well. We have 12, 24, 28, 36 month linear vesting period. So that's what it means. There was another question. Can you repeat it to me?
Can they stake these tokens and get staking rewards and sell the tokens immediately?
So what we have is what we are going to build is a staking mechanism to enhance the rewards of the C node. So you will be able to upgrade your nodes by staking tokens to get better rewards. That will be one of the staking mechanisms that we will have. We are exploring a couple more with a couple of partners. That will be the staking idea. As for investors, they have this unlock. We have kind of an agreement not to dump them, but after each unlock is basically up to their decision.
If investor get tokens, they can stake them and they get reward, but they can't sell it, yes? You have an agreement, correct?
Yeah. So not necessarily investor can stake tokens. Everyone can stake tokens, not only investors. Everyone can stake tokens. Will be able to stake tokens basically. And when it comes for investors, they have their token locks, right? The tokens are locked for 3 months, for example, right? And then they will receive payments, for example, 12-month payments of the tokens they own. So they won't get the whole supply or the whole amount of tokens right away. They will get it gradually.
If I bought 2 nodes during TGE, will I get anything as the owner of the nodes, like airdrop?
There is an amount of airdrop reserved for C node holders that they will get right away at TGE. And then they will get the rewards by running the nodes as well.
Now the second testnet going on, yeah? How can my community help you?
So is the second epoch. We are going to have different epochs because let me start with the testnet first. So the testnet here is an incentivized testnet. The idea is that you come to our website, try the testnet, do a bunch of activities like sharing socials, sharing posts, running a client, is a storage client, minting NFTs, and you get points. The more points you get, the bigger the airdrop you get at TG. So we are going to have different epochs. The idea is to be adjusting the points and providing different weights to these points according to the epoch. So it's fair for everyone. That's the main idea. Right now it's epoch 2. We are planning to have at least 5 different epochs. So you are really early if you want to tap in right now. Go ahead, test it, run a node, and you will get rewarded for that.
Yeah, but I don't like to install some application when I don't know the team. It's a tricky situation when I like your project and I would like to know better who you are and I would like to get more airdrop. But for this, I need to install some file, and use it like a node, For me, it's difficult to make the decision to install or not to install. So can you tell us what to do in this situation?
It's a common problem. You can run the application through some antivirus. You will see that it's clean. It's really clean. Right now, the application only stores random data, nothing like too heavy, because basically the idea is to test the whole network. That's all it does. It connects to a server, gets some random chunks of data, and answer the server. It's a really simple application. And on top of this, you don't need to connect your wallet to the application. You just need to connect the wallet to the website. So that's an extra layer of security. You don't have your secret keys, right? Your private keys, sorry, on the application. That's another layer of security that many other nodes don't have. So I can assure it's completely safe. And again, you will get more info about us in the near future. The team is completely doxed. Actually, if you look hard enough, you will find about us. You can go to LinkedIn and you find many of us in there. And I think a couple of other Web3 websites also feature us as well. You can rest assured that you are more than safe by running it.
You said I can check your team which docs it. Where exactly? In docs Rivalz IE? In this docs or where?
Not there yet. You can check. Give me a sec. I will share you a link to LinkedIn. You will be able to check some of us there, but there are many other workings on that space. As I said, in the next couple of weeks, you will see this information on docs.rivalz.ai. You will be able to check every one of us, all our past ventures.
Perfect. What is going on with Galaxy program? Should we use it, or we can just go to your website and use it without Galaxy? And tell us more about roles in Discord. For what reason you making these roles? Just more information we needed.
Right. So the Galaxy campaign is live. We're going to have a lot of chapters there. Right now, we are going to focus on education. So go there, complete the activities. There are goal passes and airdrop allocated to those activities. If you complete the Galaxy chapters, you get points and experience, and you will get an airdrop on that side as well. So it's complementary to the testnet on that side. And when it comes to role, we are building a lot of activities for them that you will hear soon on Discord. We are just starting. We have a lot there. Be active on Discord, participate on our community calls, on our gaming nights, have some fun, and you will get gold passes. You will get exclusive content, exclusive roles that later on we get you a lot of other exclusive content.
What is Superagent? What is the criteria and who choose the Superagent?
So Superagents are people we are relying on to help us on different language communities, right? So people that are active, that are actually understanding the project and been helping us for quite a while right now are getting this role. Their job will be to incentivize their language community to be active, to participate in different activities that they will foster. That's the main. It's like they will help us heavily on that side. They will have insight on our product. They will be able to test things before the others, and they will be the ones helping us on different language communities to translate documents, to answer questions, to help on that side, and to create meaningful activities for them.
Let's talk about Sibil account. How are you fighting with Sibil accounts, and do you realize that your testnet can be run by one person with 100 or 1,000 accounts?
We are aware of that. That's why also we have epochs to kind of gauge these accounts and be able to discard them at TGE. We also working with a couple of partners on anti-Sibil solutions that we are going to run before TGE at the moment of the airdrop. So you can be sure that we are working on that. We are having a lot of measures behind the scenes where we are currently identifying them all the time and kind of shadow banning them, because we are still letting them run nodes and things like that, because at some point it helps us testing the thing, right? But we don't want Sibils to get the airdrop because it's not fair for the community. So we are going to have a lot of banning on that set.
This is good news because, sometimes I see some posts, for example, from Initia, and they're so happy that around 1 million users test their app. And I think, are they crazy? Are they really think that 1 million users use the product, it's a shame, you know. It's not more than 30,000. I think it's a real number. I'm glad what you said, fighting with Sibil. Okay. Yeah, so imagine I'm an investor and I would like to invest in you because I like what you said. And what is the best way for me to do that? Through buying notes or through tokens?
Basically, you will have two stages to invest in our product. The first one will be notes. You have to keep in mind that notes won't be transferable for the first year. So you won't be able to sell them till 1 year pass by. But they will provide you with an additional airdrop and with tokens if you run it. So on that sense, you will be part of our Debi infrastructure. You will be getting tokens. You probably the node we get higher in value during that time. That's the main way to invest as a first step. And then TGE. TGE, of course, you can always buy the token once it's at the market. The token has a lot of utility. Conforming, we build more of our products because our core business, as I said, is data on this side, but we have a lot of satellite products around it. It will become more and more demanded, right? More people will need it to operate within our net. I think it's a good way to invest on that side as well.
One guy is asking that he a little bit scared that if he use the notebook on the testnet and your node will be so strong and so powerful that it make damage for the, I don't know, video card or for the processor. I don't know. Can you comment this?
Of course. So no, because maybe you are thinking of on a project like Aether that you are providing computational power to the Debi network. In our case, the computational power you are providing is really, really low because all we need is to put labels on data, right? That's not a strong usage of your computational power. You can actually check how much computational power we are using on the documentation. That information is available right now. Yeah, on that side, the node is really light to run. I actually have a potato PC, and I'm running the node in the background, and I have no issue at all. Same goes to the C node. C node is only validating the transactions and the access to the data. So it validates that the data has not been corrupted. It validates that AI applications accessing to this data are legal and they are doing it in a lawful way and not in a malicious way. And they're validating all this process. And that's nothing that consumes a lot of computational power. So no worries on that side.
I already started to do some testnet and I got some NFT and it gave me some discount if I would like to buy the node. This NFT, will they have some value, another value, not discount or not?
Right now, these NFTs are only for this. The more NFTs you get, the more discount you get for the node sale. That's the usage of these NFTs that at the same time help us test the network. You are helping us testing the blockchain and we provide you discount for that help.
Let's talk about utility of token. You said the RIS will get utility. What utility RIS will get?
The first one and the simple one is that you need RIS for gas on our rollup. So for transacting, you need RIS. There are going to be a lot of other protocols on our rollup working on it. So you will need RIS to conduct any transaction on that side. Then you have the data transaction. So let's say you are a company with an AI app, you need data. For accessing this data, you need to pay a fee. To pay this fee, you will need to pay it in RIS tokens. These RIS tokens will basically then go part into the treasury and another part into the company that is providing this specific data. And most of the companies that are providing this specific data are also working with us in other solutions. So they will need these tokens to pay us for these other solutions as well. Because we are also developing AI personas. We are also developing an agentic coordination network or service that will help AI agents to communicate within each other. And AI agents not only consume data, but also generate data. And this data will also come into our input layer. So it's a circle that actually has risk at the center of it. You will need risk to use everything on the Rivalz AI ecosystem.
If, for example, I stake the RIS, will I get airdrop from this AI agent? Do you think about it or not?
Yeah, that's one of the possibilities of AI agents being rewarding people, but the main staking feature we will have is to upgrade the nodes. That will be the main feature of the staking mechanism we are thinking of. That probably will be the first one, but not the only staking mechanism that we will implement.
Airdrop can create a strong community or it can destroy it. What do you think is a good airdrop and what is the bad airdrop?
Providing a huge airdrop, like many other communities did, I'm talking about thousands and thousands of dollars to every user, will normally give, probably a big dump in the market, right? So you got thousands of dollars, you probably will like to take profit. Providing too little of an airdrop also will destroy the community because they will feel like instead of them farming an airdrop, we farm them for our community. And that's not good either. So finding the right balance for this airdrop is crucial. Like we spent and we are currently spending a lot of time on getting the right balance where the community will be happy for what they get. At the same time, it will be fair for what they did. In a final aspect, they will feel like they are part of the project and will incentivize them to actually hold this token because they want to be part of the community. They want to be part of the project and be proud holder. So that's the right balance you need to find. We have a lot of ideas on that side already. We are kind of fine tuning this and trying to get the right balance on that sense.
This is amazing answer, Matt. I like what you understand it and you don't want to farm us because we tired of this shit. Let's repeat again about airdrop. I mean, for what people will get airdrop from Rivalz. They will get for testnet and for the staking. What token they need to stake? TIA, Dimension, Atom. Can you remind us about it?
We have different airdrops prepared. We have airdrops for the testnet users, also some other perks for the testnet users prepared. You will hear about them in the near future. We have airdrop prepared for Galaxy campaign, for the Galaxy campaign. We have airdrop for some Dym stakers, and we have airdrop for other communities, especially NFT communities that are helping us a lot on the marketing side. So yeah, we have also a special airdrop for them prepared. As a matter of fact, I'm the one taking care of that part. I'm preparing everything to announce it next week. Next week is packed with news. So follow us and stay up to date because a lot is going to happen in the next following 2 weeks, and you will find out more about it. But basically, those are the ones. Also, if you get a C node, you will get an airdrop as well.
I really like what you said about NFT communities because it's a really good way to make pure decentralization of your token. For example, I made news around 2 years about Cosmos ecosystem, and I made my collection, DeFi Geeks, around 200 NFTs. I not say, please give me airdrop. I just want to understand how to be the community which will get airdrop from company like you. For example, what I should do.
Right. So the communities that help us on the marketing side are the ones that are getting this airdrop. We already closed this allocation on that matter because already things are running, right? But we also have special perks for other kind of NFT projects. Like, for example, we are providing a special referral link for them. So their community get 10% discount on the node sale. That's another perk we are also giving to NFT communities that are helping us or want to be part of it as well. I can mention a couple of communities that probably are you aware that are collaborating with us, like, for example, Pixelmon, Today the Game. They collaborated a lot with us in early stages. These people will get an airdrop and some additional perks that they like the one I already mentioned to you. And I'll be happy to talk to you about this NFT collection you have and provide this referral code for you guys that also provides you an additional revenue out of the node sale for you to the community. We also provide gold passes. We can provide you with that to this community and to your NFT community. Gold passes secure you tier 1 allocation for the node sale at any time during the node sale. So that's another perk we can give you. And yeah, I'll be happy to discuss this further.
Perfect. I really like it. So what about your NFT collection? Do you plan to release it?
Not right now. We are not thinking of an NFT collection. The way we think right now is to provide products on the AI side that actually will be profitable for not only for us, but for the community as well, the ones running. So a C node or a validator node is an NFT, but it's for a node. It's a node key, right? So that's the sense. For now, we are not looking on having artistic NFTs. I don't kind of discard the idea in the future, but it's not the main idea right now.
Okay, but just in case, I'm talking about you, Matt. Do you like NFT space? Do you have any NFT? Do you like this movement in NFT space?
I like NFTs. I won't lie. I don't have that many. I have only a few. As a matter of fact, I got hacked at the beginning of the year and lost my whole NFT collection. This, actually, the one I have as a picture is my Azuki one. This one, I still have it, luckily. I don't have enough time. I cannot be an active participant in a lot of NFT communities, but I like the art of many of them, like the Azuki ones. I like NFTs.
When do you think you will start making money?
We as a company?
Yeah.
I think, to be realistic, probably in the next 8 months to 1 year, we will probably have profitable products. The main problem here is that you cannot rush things. So the things we are building need to be built in a step-by-step basis. You need to have the Debank rollup working okay. You need to have the token working okay in order to start actually building the interlayer. To build the interlayer, you need to have a huge amount of partners providing data and a huge amount of projects providing data. And once you have that, you need to find the users, the AI companies that needs this data. So you need to make sure that you're actually providing them the data they need, right? So it's a huge work on that side. We are on the right path, definitely, with the partners we already got and the ones we are talking with, but that takes time. And once you build the interlayer, that is our core business, right? That will start generating revenue on that side. But then we have all these satellite things we are going to build once we have this interlayer, because we need the interlayer in order to be able to run these other satellite things, right? It takes time, probably, I would say a year, but yeah, within a year and something, we will be able to generate revenue.
Your project Rivalz, it's for developers. And how does the project plan to attract developers and partners to participate in the Rivalz ecosystem?
First of all, we have the chain. So becoming an AI-centric chain is a way. Right now, you don't have a chain as an infrastructure that provide this space for AI apps, right? You have AI scattered around different chains. And the idea of becoming AI-centric will help them to decide on coming into us. We have a lightning fast chain on that matter. Basically, that's one way. The other way is basically they needing data. That's the core thing of all this, right? I cannot stress this enough. The amount of data they need is huge. And if we have this data, it's easy to them to make the decision of joining us on our ecosystem. That's the main plan on that matter. We're also building a lot of tooling solutions for AIs, which will help any kind of developer or company that has, because you don't need to be a developer to have an AI agent. So this tooling system will help them decide for us, basically, decide to work with us. There is no current project doing the amount of work and the amount of tools, again, that we are building right now for AIs. You have a lot of similar projects that do similar things, but they are not focused on the data problematic as we are.
Okay, and the last question. What is your favorite IE apps right now?
I like a lot. It's not an AI app, but it's an AI tooling platform. I like a lot what Fetch AI is doing. I like it a lot. Their idea is brilliant, and they're executing it perfectly. At least that is what I think. On that side, I would say that's my favorite. And then if you go to regular Web 2 AIs, I would say the last ChatGPT version 4.0 is pretty decent. The previous one was a mess. It was really a mess. This one is really good. And then you can talk about a lot of other AIs, but mainly they are built on top of ChatGPT. So you can say Claude AI is a good one because it's a really good one as well, but it's built on top of ChatGPT. With the right prompt and the right information fed, you will get almost the same result.
If you're talking about market, Web3 market, your favorite IE companies is Fetch IE and what else?
Yeah, I will stay right now with Fetch IE. Carb is doing a good job. They're not mainly focused on AI, but they have some AI aspect. The way they present their product is flawless. Like the way they present it. I don't know about the actual product, but the way they speak and they kind of share the idea and what they're doing is awesome. So I think they're doing a great job on that side. I think it's a good thing to look at. And yeah, I would say that those two are the main things I personally focusing on, basically.
First of all, thank you for this interview. I will analyze everything that you said, edit it, and put it on my YouTube. Then analyze again and speak about your company on Russian language, edit again, and put it on YouTube. So I have a lot of work right now to explain the world. What are you doing, guys? Thank you for coming. Thanks a lot for it.
Thank you, man. It was really nice to be here. Feel free to ping me if you need anything. If you have any doubts, I will be happy to answer you right away. And same for your community. If they have any doubts, I encourage them to come to our Discord, ask us. Our mods are really active there. If you have any problem, feel free to open a ticket. We will help you right away. This is what testnet are for, right? To test and fix any kind of issues you might have. Happy to be here, and thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot for coming. Have a nice day.
Thank you, man. See you. Have a good one, and thank you for your time.
Okay, bye-bye.